Being a civilian detective has its perks, but they don't tell you about the dark days, the days where you can't go inside the house, the days where you sit outside wondering what happened to her. Where is she? And could you have prevented it? My name's Melissa, and all I know is, no matter what, I can't let my son find out, so I'm gonna race home before he sees her poster all over town. She had been missing for days. Her name was Bella, and I knew in Madison County, when girls went missing, that was the last they were heard of. But it was too late. My son had already known. He told me that he saw her poster the day before and couldn't sleep, and that's how he's like a dog with a bone. He's always been this way since he was a little kid. He had an eye for investigation. Pattern recognition. What could I do? He was my son. He was built for truth, much like me. And once he started, he couldn't stop. He'd watched me for so long. He never saw any of the evils. He just understood the patterns. I protected him from the gory stuff. He didn't see the meetings, the late nights, the interviews with perpetrators and witnesses, but something did rub off on him. Eventually, my tenacity became part of who he became, and I was excited to have a son with such gifts.
My mom couldn't hide what she did from me. Once I saw my own ability, I couldn't hide either. Once I realized how hard my mom worked to help people, I wanted to help them too.
Yeah, you did. And you did a great job, didn't you, son?
Yeah.
What did we start to say in our family once you took the wheel?
Let the kid drive.
That's right. Let the kid drive. Somewhere along the way, my son started to see the world differently. He noticed the details. He remembered things other people forgot. He asked questions that made me stop and think. And when he started putting pieces together, he couldn't be stopped. That's when I realized something. This wasn't something I had given him. It was something that was already there. That same relentless curiosity, that same need to understand why, that same refusal to look away when something didn't make sense. He had a gift for investigation. And as a mother, that realization came with two very different feelings, pride and a responsibility. Because being gifted doesn't mean you have to carry the weight of the world. So I made him a promise. I would teach him what I knew. I would protect his innocence for as long as I could, and when he saw something I didn't, I would listen. And that's how our family started saying something that became almost a rule. When the kid sees something, let the kid drive. Not because he's always right, not because he's an adult, but because sometimes the person looking at the puzzle with fresh eyes sees the piece everyone has walked right past. And maybe that's what this story has always been about. Not just a mother and her son, not just investigations, but what happens when curiosity becomes courage, when a gift becomes a calling, and when someone you love teaches you that sometimes the best thing you can do is get out of the way and let the kid drive. The next generation doesn't have to solve the world the way we did. They just have to be brave enough to keep asking questions. Will Melissa and her sidekick recover the missing girl in Madison County? Stay tuned for our graphic series that explores what it means to look beyond the file.